The following video contains spoilers for Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7, so if you guys haven't watched that, then be sure to click off this video, go watch Season 7, and then come back to this later. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we wanted to talk about the recently, announced today, probably yesterday by the time this video goes up, but the Star Wars The Bad Batch, all-new spin-off show, the all-new animated series that Disney Plus ordered from Lucasfilm, that's going to be coming in 2021. So, yeah, I'm with Ish today, so what do you think about this?
I mean, what we saw from the Bad Batch in the Clone Wars, the last season of the Clone Wars, they were very good. And
yeah, I know some people who did like them, but I thought they were really good.
Oh, I
those
thought
of you
they
who
were
don't
really
know,
good as well.
I guess I might as well say this. For those of you who don't know, Star Wars is like my favorite franchise of anything. So, like, if there's something to do with Star Wars, I'm more than likely going to report on it. Or like talk about it.
Yeah, this is our first Star Wars video as well.
Yeah, we were going to make one on Squadrons, but it was a bit late.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, from what we've seen of them in the last season of the Clone Wars, they were very good. Especially being introduced as new characters. They fitted into the show very well. So,
yeah,
I'm excited to see them back at it again.
Yeah, so I guess I'll read what they released from, like, their synopsis thing.
Yeah.
It says, the series follows the elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch first introduced in the Clone Wars as they find their way in a rapidly changing galaxy in the immediate aftermath of the Clone Wars. Members of the Bad Batch, a unique squad of clones who vary genetically from their brothers in the clone army, each possess a singular exceptional skill which makes them extraordinarily effective soldiers and a formidable crew. In the post-Clone Wars era, they will take on daring mercenary missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. So, this is Clone Wars sequel.
I'm glad it's a sequel. That's like.
I'm
really
so
good.
happy about this, yeah. Because I mean, I'm more than happy with the way Clone Wars ended. It was amazing. Like, just everything about that ending was perfect in my opinion. Especially like the last 4 episodes. Those 4 episodes were just amazing. So I'm fine that they're doing this though, because I feel like this is like another story they could tell.
Yeah,
and obviously,
I feel like
yeah, go on.
They're not trying to like carry on something that should have been killed off. Like, this is a whole new story, which...
Yeah, I think we're going to see familiar things, but I don't think it's like... This isn't going to kind of overstep what Clone Wars did, if you get what I mean. It's not going to screw up what Clone Wars did.
I think they are going to start exploring new territory, though, with the Bad Batch in terms of Star Wars. I have a feeling they might do as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, obviously Dave Filoni's coming back to... I think it says he's executive producer. Yeah, I assume he's going to be the showrunner. And then it says Athena Portillo, Brad Rao, and Jennifer Corbett, with Carrie Beck, who produced The Mandalorian.
Ooh, I love The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Oh, it says Rao is also serving as supervising director with Corbett as head writer, and Jennifer Corbett helped write Star Wars Resistance, which that's not a good sign, but hopefully we can look past that and it will be good. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm interested to see what this is, and I'm really excited for it because obviously, as I said, Star Wars is like my favorite franchise. I'm hoping that they'll there's obviously we can think of things that they could do. Oh yeah, also I guess the logo will be up on screen, which they revealed, which I think looks really nice. That's just another side thing.
It's a good logo.
Yeah, it looks really nice. It kind of reminds me of the old Rogue Squadron games. I think the third one was called Rebel Strike.
Yeah,
I think it kind of reminds me of that, which I don't think you played, but
no, I haven't.
Yeah, those games were good. But one thing I'm thinking is maybe they could there's so many things they could do with this, obviously. It's not one thing, I'm thinking like a billion things with this, but maybe they could link it to Republic Commando, which obviously we know Delta Squad. I don't think you'll know about any of this because you didn't really get into Republic Commando, because this is you were young, this came out, I think this came out the year you were born. But yeah, that game was just so sick, and the characters who are in it, Delta Squad, are in the Clone Wars for a split second. Then I think they showed them in season 7 on one scene, I think, and then they were in season 3 as well. I don't know if you remember them. I think they made a figure of one of them. Do you remember it's like an orange clone commander?
Yeah, I think I do remember.
Yeah. So basically, at the end of that game, spoilers. I don't know how you haven't played that game if you haven't by now, unless you're like where you were too young to play it.
Yeah.
But that game came out in 2003, I think. So if anyone wants to play it, go ahead and play it. It's on PC and Xbox, and you can get it on Xbox One now if you want to play it. But at the end of that game, spoilers, I guess, if you care about a game from 17 years ago, but basically, one of the commandos, Sev, he goes like missing at the end of that game. Like they're on like a gunship. I think he like falls out or something like that. I don't remember like completely, but basically he goes missing. So maybe what I'm thinking is if they want to tie that game back into canon, because they haven't really confirmed if it's canon or not. I assume it is because the characters are in Clone Wars. Maybe they could have it that because they said they're mercenaries, didn't they? So maybe they could like make their own army against the Empire, and they could like maybe find Sev, who was my favorite commando in that game, and recruit him. Yeah. So I think this sounds sick. Obviously, we know that Echo at the end of, again, spoilers for Clone Wars Season 7 if you haven't watched that yet. Just skip forward a few seconds. We know that Echo obviously is the new leader of, well, not the new leader, but he's
the new member.
Joined the Bad Batch. Yeah, he's the new member. So maybe, I've got a feeling him or Hunter will be the main character. Because obviously Hunter was the leader of the Bad Batch.
I think it's going to be where, like, I don't think there's going to be just like a main character. I think it's just going to focus on them as like a group. And then they're just going to have like one leader. Like, it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where they focus on all four of them. But obviously Leo's the leader, so he just does the more leadering things. So
I've got a feeling mainly because obviously fans are familiar with Echo. And he's like kind of an audience viewpoint because he's new to the group. Maybe they'll do that. Because obviously we know that like the Bad Batch stuff happened like pretty much directly before Order 66.
Yeah.
And this show's set after the Clone Wars, so we can obviously we'll find out whether they got rid of their chips or what, like the chips that are in their heads that caused them to go and kill all the Jedi. So I guess we'll find out everything about this.
Personally, I don't think they'll have the chips because I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't think that, because it says they're mercenaries, so they're not with the Empire.
Yeah, because doesn't the chips like just cause you to turn like fully like against?
Well, it depends, because don't remember they said they were kind of behind the front lines, so they kind of like did stealth missions. So I don't think they were assigned to any particular Jedi. So if their chips did activate, who were they going to kill?
Yeah, true.
They weren't going to kill anyone. So, yeah, I think this is like really interesting though. I'm very excited for this.
One thing I hope they link it to like. Not massively, but a little bit to Rebels. Just because, you know...
I got a feeling they might have some... Like, I don't want it to be forced, but I'd be happy if they linked some things to Rebels. Because obviously, like, Rebels was a sick show. It wasn't as good as Clone Wars, in my opinion, but it's still, like, really good. So...
which characters do you think we'll see, other than the actual Bad Batch? You think we'll see Ahsoka and Rex?
I mean, it's Dave Filoni. Usually, when Dave Filoni's involved, Ahsoka usually shows up somehow. So I've got a feeling Ahsoka might show up. I'm not sure how, because I don't know how they'd kind of link it in, but yeah, I've got a feeling it'll probably be Rex might show up. I don't know why. I've got like a strong feeling that Commander Cody might show up as like a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sick, to be fair. I'd be excited to see that.
I was saying to you earlier that I think they're going to show Darth Vader. Like the new, like it is new animation style, because you said obviously, the end of Clone Wars might have just been an animation test. Well, not just been. Obviously, it was.
Yeah, it's like obviously that was the ending, but this is like it's kind of a way for them to like kind of test the waters, see what they can do with that animation. Obviously, it looked really good and everyone liked it. So
maybe they'll bring Darth Vader back. Maybe they'll have an encounter with him in his early days.
I mean, that's not going to end well. Darth Vader's going to murder them in like 2 seconds. But...
Maybe it would be like how, like in Rebels, how like Ezra and them like just about got away. Like
there's so much that they could do with this, obviously, because like this is like I feel like in terms of storytelling, the time between episode 3 and 4 is one of the most interesting times where you could tell stories, because like Jedi Fallen Order was there, Rebels was there. There's loads of comics and stuff there. They're all like some of it's like really like the Darth Vader's comic series. That stuff was really good. So I hope it's like that kind of level of quality. It's like all that stuff. I hope it's like really good.
When do you think the series will actually end? Like at what what point in the timeline?
At what time period?
Yeah,
it depends, I guess, because I mean, there's 2 possibilities I'm thinking, or 3 actually. One, that the Bad Batch die in this show sometime before episode 4. I think
they're gonna die before Rebels, personally, only because in Rebels, obviously, we see Captain Rex, like he's a very like heavily featured character in the show, and we see the two other clones as well. So Echo.
Gregor and Wolf, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously Echo is very close to Rex, so I feel like they would have got in contact somehow. I don't.
Yeah,
think
but then again, that's if they even know that if they're alive,
especially after everything that happened.
Because the way Clone Wars ended, obviously Rex and Ahsoka, we don't know how they've got. Maybe this series will show that as well. It'll show how Rex and Ahsoka get from where they are at the end of Clone Wars to where they are in Rebels. Because obviously at the end of Clone Wars, we just see Rex bury all the clones, and then Ahsoka drops her lightsaber, obviously, to kind of show that she's dead, I guess, in a way. So then Darth Vader finds out later and thinks she's dead. But
I mean, maybe they'll show that in Mandalorian season 2, though.
Nah, they won't show that there. I don't think so. Show how they got from where they were in Rebels.
Not Rex, but maybe like something to do with Ahsoka between that sort of time period.
Unless Moff Gideon's involved, I don't think so. But maybe they could link this to Mandalorian. Maybe like Moff Gideon could show up and they could like show, I don't know.
Oh yeah, because when does that
Moff Gideon?
What's that like that massacre called? That the one that the
Great Purge, when like or the Night of 1,000 Tears is what Moff Gideon calls it.
Yeah, was that? When was that? Like, when was that in Star Wars?
They haven't really confirmed it yet. We know it's before, obviously, the original trilogy.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's like that could somehow be involved. But I don't think they'd.
No,
I mean, they might show that, but I don't think so.
I think they will find some sort of link to Mandalorian personally.
Maybe, yeah, because Dave Filoni is working on it, and he works on Mandalorian as well.
Yeah,
but that would be interesting.
Do you want to see Darth Maul?
And I'd actually be interested to see Darth Maul because I think they could like link it up to Solo.
The thing they can bring it back because obviously this is like a easy opportunity to bring him back. But I kind of feel like we've seen him a lot in the Star Wars in general.
I don't particularly mind that, to be honest. I mean, I get what you're saying there, but the thing is, I feel like this would be like, I mean, even though obviously like he was in Rebels and all that, I feel like this could be a good way of like maybe bringing him back because I think that would be interesting to a certain extent because obviously like with Solo, as I was saying before, but I said if they could link it to Solo, they could like maybe show how. I mean, obviously we know he's got his crime syndicate because we saw him talking to Dryden on. Who's the villain in Solo. We saw him talking to him on the hologram in Clone Wars. So maybe they'll link it to Clone Wars somehow. And obviously Clone Wars is already linked to Solo, so maybe they could show like more about like how Kira and all them are involved. Maybe that could have. I mean, I don't think that'd have anything to do with the Bad Batch, but maybe I don't know.
I think if they do put him in there, they shouldn't give him like a massive part.
I don't think they will. This doesn't seem like this, at least the way it's been described. It doesn't sound like the sort of show that's going to focus on stuff like Darth Maul or any of that kind of stuff. I feel like it's going to be its own kind of self-contained
I feel like,
thing.
because we're doing like this mercenaries thing, we could bump into a young Han or
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say that. Maybe they could get Alden Ehrenreich back, who played Han in Solo, and get him to voice Han. Because obviously I don't think Harrison Ford would want to come back and voice him. And maybe they could get him to if they paid him enough.
I think they could pull it off, but I don't think they're gonna get him back.
I think this is all kind of like blowing it out a bit out of proportion. I think it's going to be more of a self-contained thing, and then they'll slowly work in like old characters, and like I think the most we'll probably see is like Darth Vader or Captain Rex or like someone like
that. It depends how many seasons we get. So
yeah, it depends how long it is, to be fair, yeah.
We're going to see a lot more characters.
Yeah, because obviously it's like very early stages right now. We don't know how many seasons it's going to be. So, but yeah, that's Star Wars: The Bad Batch. I'm interested in this.
Overall,
I'm very
some
interested.
Very good and unexpected news.
Yeah, surprised to be sure, but a welcome one.
Yeah.
In the words of Palpatine. Okay, so yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more videos like this. Be sure to visit our Instagram page, link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.